want to figure out how to build a talk to and response in audio via Azure AI Foundry? Well, that's what we're going to go over in this video. This is part of the Azure AI Foundry series, which you can look back at other videos to get the other examples of model deployments, playgrounds, just general setup and understanding of Azure AI Foundry. So without further ado, we're going to jump in our audio playground and show you how to sort of navigate things and set things up. So we're in the Playgrounds tab here. You're going to land an overview as a landing spot, but you'll go to Playgrounds, and then we're covering the audio playground portion. So we are going to need to do something that we need to do with other models or other modalities. We set up a video model, an image model, and now we'll need to set up a voice model. As these things are all kind of segregated, I guess, on the back end. It'll be nice when everything's, multimodal at some point. But we're not there yet, I guess. So we can do, try real-time audio real-time audio. That should be good. Speech-to-speech model. Now let's see where it sets it up. So sometimes, as we've covered in other videos, your model will be deployed where your project is set up. Sometimes if the resources aren't available there, the infrastructure to run it, it'll auto select where the model can be deployed. So it might be a different resource group or a different area, which would set up a different resource group, and something to be aware of. But it looks like we're able to set it up in the East US 2 zone where everything else is set up for us. Okay, so GPT real time. Okay, and that actually set things up very nicely. So let's see if we can, your knowledge cutoff. So it looks like it has a knowledge cutoff, right? Looks like an older model. We have some voices here. We'll choose Ash, I guess, or Alloy's fine. Just leave it standard there. Server turn detection threshold. So this will probably be very important. This is a setting I haven't messed with, but you have voice activity detection threshold lowers. So when you're like talking with something like ChatGPT and it sort of thinks you're interrupting and listens, that's where you would set that. The prefix padding, duration of audio to include in the stream before speech was recognized. And so duration of audio. So it probably like waits there to listen a few milliseconds before, and then silence duration. So you can really fine tune, the response times for everything, which is pretty interesting. The max response, so that's going to set the amount of tokens that are output, and then the temperature, so how it's going to respond quite literally or, more colorful, that type of stuff. So let's try to use it, right? So we set our default earpods here. Hey, how's it going? It's very, very sensitive. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so it's super sensitive, and you may not have heard that, but it's like every utterance it's very jerky, but that's kind of interesting. So this is an interesting, modality in Foundry, right? It's very strange to be able to start talking to it and kind of understand how that works. So let's try to figure out how we can get the code for this. So really to start like integrating this, right, you're going to use a combination of your docs because there's no code little drop down here. So you can go back to your models that are deployed, and then you can see real time, and then you would have your endpoint right here, and then your API key there. And you could go to, I'll include the documents of how to incorporate this into your app because the code is not available actually in the playground. But this is super interesting. I've thought for a long time of developing a sales app that you would be able to like conversate, obviously, with your data. That's very generic use case, but you would be able to record sales calls and have it auto tag to the customers and all of the details around the call. I mean, I know there's a ton of apps like that, but I think there's a lot of industry specific ones that are out there, and the incorporation into agents and stuff like that, which that'll be a transcription one, but it's in a little bit of a digression. But the audio playground seems super cool and promising. Definitely has room for improvement, which you can submit probably some feedback on that, but I'm sure they'll be developing it further. So if you need any help navigating AI Foundry, please reach out, and we'd love to help you on your AI projects. Have a good one.